about another NFC West team? Giants, Seahawks. Russell Wilson, they don't lose at home, right? They're 5-0 this season at the crib. Okay, Daniel Jones, he's inactive. Colt McCoy, you want to go throwback set of highlights? First time starting since 2014. Okay, Colt McCoy, who's he handing this off to? This is Wayne Gallman. Oh, man. Wayne's World. Party time. This guy gets a big-time run. This was a 60-yard run. Gallman finished with 16 carries, $135. And who is this? Give me the fungo. Throwback highlight, Alfred Morris.
Love it.
Yep, that's a home run. Alfred Morris, that was a run for him. He hit it again. And then, third quarter, a touchdown by Alfred Morris. He had one receiving streaks.
His first receiving touchdown of his career.
How about that?
Alfred Morris.
Seems like he's been in the league since forever. All right, now at this point, it's 14-5.
Nice.
Off of the helmet. The helmet of Chris Carson goes through his hands, pops in the face, and it's intercepted. All right, so now, trying to make something happen. Russell Wilson extending the play like he does. That last interception was by Darnay Holmes, but Chris Carson would make it up. 28-yard touchdown. Seahawks are back in it. They trail 17-12. Russell Wilson, 32nd pass TD this year. Score 17-12. Russell Wilson trying to make something happen, and he is sacked. Pete Carroll looks on. All right, big cat, kick cat. He sacks it. They're trying to play wedding crashers on this. All right, here we go. Now, they only rush 3. They have a spy in the back. Russell Wilson drops back. He has all the time in the world. We've seen him do this before.
Catch it, DK.
DK Metcalf is somewhere over there, and it's tipped. Oh, and Tyler Lockett was there but couldn't get to it. Russell Wilson, what are you looking at? It's over. All right, there it is. Daniel Jones, he's on the sideline. Colt McCoy gets the dub. The Giants go to Seattle, West Coast road trip, and beat the Seahawks. They win this one 17-12. You know what? Let's hear from Joe Judge.
There were a lot of waves in the game today. There's a lot of waves from Seattle of energy and momentum and things that maybe come together. And our defense just kept responding. You know, every time they got put out there, they just responded. All right, they converted and get a first down. Okay, so what? Now what? Okay, it's first down. Play the next down. And they respond. We're able to get them off the field. You know, I think our guys just working hard, and that level of play is raising right now. But, you know, the coaches have done a good job, and the players have executed, and the level of play is rising.
What an upset. I love it. The Giants stay in that division leaders column. Seattle dropping down into the wild card spot after just that loss yesterday. Nate, I give you a lot of credit. You said the Giants, you told me to keep my eyes on them like 2 months ago. I did. They're peaking at the right time. They have won 4 straight now. They have a defense. I'm just looking, Kyle, for a team that belongs in the playoffs out of this division. I think we have one.
We might. And we might have another one tonight if the Washington do something crazy against Pittsburgh. But the Giants, how about our boy Joe? How about this? This is really, really cool. Let's go back 4 months. He's the guy who makes guys touch the line, run the gassers. He's taping dudes' hands in practice so they don't hold. And all the conversation was, I don't know, it's a young team. They may not take to this. They may wear them out by the middle of the season. We're past the middle of the season. Look what's happening right now. It's working. It's listening. And no one nationally, not us, was talking about the Giants September and October. They were losing games by 4, by 3, by 1, by 2, and they haven't lost since.
Yeah.
A 4-game winning streak for this team. The Russell Wilson MVP campaign is officially dead. The Giants killed it. It's over. They can claim that. And now they can claim that maybe they're the best team in the NFC East. It's awesome, and it's unlikely. And, Peter, this whole thing about backup quarterback, no Saquon, I feel like Judge kind of likes it. Oh, yeah. I feel like that's, like, perfect for him.
It's what he wants, and you're right. And you look at this defensive highlight package that we're showing here, and Leonard Williams might be the best defensive lineman in football. Yesterday, all over the field. And, of course, Jabril Peppers, I would say this with Jamal Adams watching the show. Jabril Peppers was the best safety in the game yesterday between the two. But I look at the names like Nico Lalos.
Tell me more.
Nico Lalos, Kay, is an undrafted player out of Dartmouth who makes this play here. And Nico Lalos gets in his second start, is making plays, has energy. This is part of a defensive rookie class that no one's talking about. Nico Lalos makes this play here, and check out this tweet by Nico Lalos.
What's he tweeting?
He tweets out a tweet to LeBron James, and you're like, why is Nico Lalos tweeting out to LeBron James? Nico Lalos went to St. Vincent, St. Mary High School.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So he is one of the many St. Vincent, St. Mary High School guys. He, too, went to the same high school as LeBron. But it's not just Lalos. Tay Crowder was Mr. Irrelevant. He was everywhere yesterday. And the guy that I was talking about online, Carter Coughlin, a 7th rounder out of Minnesota, looked like he was invincible. It was all over the field. These are the guys that shut down Russell Wilson. Nico Lalos, Carter Coughlin, and Crowder. And I got to give a credit to everyone in that Giants organization, because when everyone else was off the boat, like, they stood, they believed.
Yeah.
Golden Tate told us on Friday they will follow this guy, Joe Judge, out to Seattle, and they will compete.
Speaking of follows, Peter, Nico Lalo's 1,500 followers, no blue check mark on Twitter. Everybody follow
get him right.
Lalo. Let's do it. Let's get. All right, here we go. Packers. Aaron Rodgers versus the Eagles. Long December. Aaron Rodgers never loses at home December. He's actually a huge Counting Crows fan. It works for him. Now, down though, early 3-0. Devontae, always. They went to him 3 straight times at the goal line. That was on a 4th and goal.
That's Randy Moss level stuff.
That's it. You just keep throwing.
Everyone
Not the running
knows
back,
it's going to him. They still throw it.
Everybody. And Darius Slay was all over him. And then this. Another stiff arm. Devontae scores again, and that's, look, he goes and gives it to him as like an Instagram proposal picture. Aaron Rodgers' 400th career passing touchdown.
He's the fastest to that number, right?
It's amazing. I mean, amazing. He talked about it a lot after. Now, Carson Wentz does not have 400 career touchdowns, but it's felt like he's been sacked 400 times this year. As our guy, Rashawn Gary, loves Ross on Friends, unapologetic about it, said he's 10 toes down for Ross. 10 toes down to sack Carson Wentz, which they did several times. Benched in the 3rd quarter. Seminal moment for the Eagles, maybe. We'll see what happens moving forward. But give me the rook. Pull up this picture. There we go. Jalen Hurts on the field. Not in a little spot duty. He's taking over. And on a 4th and 18, down 20 points late, what are you going to do? Shuck it up. Greg Ward, Peter from Houston. Greg Ward catches it. Greg Ward would also have a punt return touchdown to make this a game.
Look at that.
Carson Wentz, I can't imagine someone's psychological makeup more suited to be a backup and take that. He was sportsmanship afterwards and everything. But Aaron Jones.
This is the run of the year.
Here we go. Breaks that tackle. Now watch Bakhtiari. Right there with the hair flapping out on the right side. Get him. He's going to get in front of his running back 70 yards downfield. Touchdown, Packers. And we have a shot on the sideline. Who do we see? Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz went to Aaron Jones for the game. Said, I was in Detroit. You could be Barry Sanders someday if you work really hard. Aaron Jones was furious about it.
Jim Schwartz told Carson Wentz he could be Joe Montana.
I know. It would have helped. Or Steve Bono, anybody, Peter, will take it. Packers 30-16. The Eagles make it close with the backup quarterback coming in, but Packers to 9-3 in the NFC North.
Backup quarterback stayed in. Kyle, let's bring in Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider this morning. Talking Eagles here, Jalen Hurts finished out the game, not Carson Wentz. What is going on in Philadelphia?
Yeah, and all of a sudden a quarterback controversy in Philadelphia along with a coaching potential controversy. We'll start with the quarterback situation here. Of course, Jalen Hurts, who we've known the last couple weeks, the Eagles have been sprinkling in a little bit, trying to catch some fire in their offense. It was more than that yesterday. Played several series at the end, and Doug Peterson talked to reporters after the game and was non-committal about potentially Jalen Hurts replacing Carson Wentz, the same Carson Wentz who has been their franchise starter, the same Carson Wentz who they thought was going to be their quarterback for 10 years, who they're giving $25 million guaranteed to next year, who they cannot cut because it's $60 million in dead money if they cut him after the season. That very same Carson Wentz could, in fact, end up on the bench. Doug Peterson needs to look at the film, check out injuries, evaluate everything. But he said a decision, of course, should be coming on who their starting quarterback is. Meanwhile, Peterson himself is on the hot seat despite winning a Super Bowl 3 years ago. I know that some of the captains and team leaders had a couple meetings last week to try to take accountability. It did not work on the field. There's a lot of frustration inside the building from coaches, from players, from owner Jeffrey Lurie. A lot of eyeballs now going on a crucial stretch for Philadelphia.
Meanwhile, the Giants look pretty good in that NFC, so there's that to contend with as well. I respect Peterson for, of course, wanting to add a bit of energy, a jolt to his offense down the stretch. We'll have more news on this in a little bit. Now on to highlights. Ian, we appreciate you. Talk to you.
Yeah, Wentz was the 2nd overall pick in that draft. Jared Goff was the 1st. How would he fare after he had a bad game last week? Sean McVay's never lost to Arizona. Let's get to the Goff highlights here because early on, 7-7, second quarter, Tyler Higbee, perfect pass, great catch, touchdown. Higbee had 3 touchdowns in a win earlier this season. Has been quiet really ever since. Has touchdown there. Now, you know the stats. It's been
So awesome.
Can he hold on, though? Third quarter, here we go. Kyler Murray had 1 completed pass to my guy Dan Arnold in the first half. Second half comes out, and he's like, I'm getting Hopkins the ball. Hopkins. We've got a 1-score game.
Hey, Kyler had 1 completion in the first half?
1 completion. Wow. To Dan Arnold. That's it. Here's Webster, who fumbles it away with a 10-point lead, and now, again, we're letting the Cardinals back in. The Rams are thinking, what is going on? Kyler, handoff, Drake,
Got it.
Gets in there. Touchdown. Cardinals hanging around in this one. Ensuing Rams drive. 2nd and 3. It's Darrell Henderson with a backbreak of a run. Touchdown. He gone. Henderson, they extend their lead to 31-21. 2 Cardinals possessions later, Kyler trying to make something happen, and it's a pick 6. Troy Hill, one of the great Rams defensive backs. They've been awesome all year long.
Second week in a row for him, right, Troy Hill?
Second week in a row.